This will go over on the dig. Out of the back, Hayes into the net.
You just talk about what kind of versatile player she is. She's gone from the back row a few times.
Hayes does have 5 kills, but I think it is a confidence boost for the opposition to kind of see, a few mistakes too. This one popped into the air and just passed over by Brader. Far side look. Benier. Allie Benier. She's got 4 now. And now all of a sudden you have a tied second set. It was 9-3 not that long ago, and now 11's all. Oh, look at that beautiful sinking serve by Addison Schroeder. Timeout, North Scott will take it with him. Taryn Vanderwedge wants to talk to her team, but a clutch service ace by Addison Schroeder has now given Bondurant-Farrar a 12-11 lead in the second here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
Obsessively, relentlessly at your service. To me, it means being there 24/7, rain or shine, during storms, after storms.
Being a first responder to the community, to my customers.
Being there to get the customers back on and to see the smiles on their face.
To provide the kind of reliability that we can hold our heads high about.
And we want to keep our customers safe. Safety's first around here.
And that's rewarding.
Both teams have burned a pretty early timeout here. North Scott a 9-3 lead. Timeout Bondurant-Farrar. That changes the tide of this second set. Bondurant-Farrar now all of a sudden has a 12-11 lead and all the momentum. And North Scott calls a timeout. It's crazy how often. I mean, there's got to be a stat out there somewhere where the immediate aftermath of a timeout and what it does to just kind of stunt some momentum.
We're going to replay.
We're going to replay. I think maybe we were a little quick on the serve there. Either way,
Bondurant just wants to keep going.
They did not want to see a timeout there.
Nope.
Delivering it up here is Addison Schroeder, and there you go. You just get out of rhythm just a little bit, and it changes everything. So we're back to even, 12-all. And there's an immediate ace on the other end. North Scott, Ella Kessel. Kessel on the season, by the way. Really, this is her specialty. 17 aces. There's another. There's just something about certain players and the way that the ball spins off of their service. And it's just.
Well, you see Coach give her a sign for where she's supposed to go, right?
Right.
So she knows what she's supposed to do. She has the arsenal to do it.
To the far side. Skarich has it dug out on the far side by Green. Back-ended set up out of the back. Hayes. Green is there again. Badir. Another nice long rally here for these two teams. This is a joust. That's always tough when it just leaks to the other side. Skarich and Spears were both there. And now a nice little 4-point run. North Scott now a 15-12 advantage.
Bondurant needs to settle down here and get those passes off to their setter so that they can get something set up.
How about the timeouts, though? I mean, Bondurant-Farrar goes on a 9-3 run out of their timeout, which leads to another timeout. And then the mistake there by Badir. And a 5-0 run here and counting for North Scott right after their timeout. The timeouts are unbelievable.
Well, knowing you only have 2, you got to kind of save them for if we get down here and it becomes a 21-22 game.
Hayes. Sorry, that was Kessel still. A service error. So both runs also get ended on a service error. It's a strange sport, this is.
Well, and how quickly it can change, too, with rally scoring.
Yeah, the rally scoring, what a great idea. Substitutions coming in for both sides. As always, brought to you by IMT Insurance. Learn how you can be worry-free with IMT at imtins.com. The serve from Badir. The near side, Skerich. No, she did well. Far side, big swing. Still alive. Yeah, back bumped over by Hamilton. Out of the near side. Not sure. Good defending here by Bondurant-Farrar. Far side, this one too long. Elizabeth Lappy, haven't said her name in a while. Trying to set her up on that far side, but it just didn't pan out that time. Some good swings by Emmy Allard, the sophomore, 6 feet tall, 6 feet plus. You're going to have a good advantage, but really give credit Bondurant-Farrar for their ability to stymie. Dug out here. The pass. And I don't think that was touched. That's going to be 4 as the attack that time from Ditsworth into the net. So now it's 18-13. So they were down 6, came back to take a 1-point lead. North Scott, after their timeout, has righted the ship and are on a 6-1 run out of their own timeout. Run up in the serve. Hamilton to the near side. Again, trying to set up Lappy. Going to go to the middle this time for Ditsworth off the block and into a vacant space. Ditsworth with her 4th.
It's great to see, too, because Bondurant kind of got caught in their transition, running into each other there.
Off of the Schermerhorn block. That will bring Paige Harold, the libero, back to serve for Bondurant-Farrar. They would love to have a nice little handful of run here. The lefty swings. Ace. Miscommunication, I think. Grader back there in the gray uniform thought maybe somebody was next to her. She didn't really look at the ball. She was looking for another player there. Here's Harold again. Into the net. That's tough.
Well, when you talk about that back row, too, you're hopefully playing where you understand how far back that line is. And that's the second time she's kind of got caught off on that.
Another low sinking service and coming through in the middle. And they're going to get a touch here. Obviously, there was one. The official saw it. I believe that's Bob Fessler on this near side. Kent Kosher and Bob Fessler are our line judges. And, man, that was a very tiny touch, if there was one, but it bails out the Blue Jays. Near side for Hayes. They're going to say that was out. It was long. To me, it almost looked like it hit the antenna right in front. It definitely bounced off the tape right next to it. It's been a while since Hayes has had a real nice full swing, but it was about a ball length long. After the serve to the far side, nice little dump by Spears, knowing exactly where the defense was, and there wasn't a lot of support behind the block attempt that time from Jensen. Shelby Spears continuing to find her form out of the middle. Rader just wide. Hanging within striking distance here, 20-18. North Scott looking for 5 more. Ditsworth on the serve. Good low one. Skerich digs it out of the middle. Hollingsworth has it dug. Far side. One to the back row. Good job by Harold out of the middle. They're going to get North Scott point on a double hit. 21-18. 4 substitutions in. Coming in, Haley Mullen, a sophomore for Bondurant-Farrar, to play the back row. And in to serve for North Scott, Nora Ralphs. Ralphs is the server. She goes to the other libero. Harold can't quite tame down the bounce off of the hands. Some really nice work from serves that we have seen from North Scott, especially here in this second set. Now up to 7 aces. And
No
how about
one.
8?
That's that tape shot you always want. That.
You can't do much better than that.
Nope.
Rolfs once again now within 2 points of going up 2-0 in the match. The far side, Bradier. Hallie Bradier. 5 kills now. Bradier and Ditzworth both with a handful. 23-19. Serve dug out by Brader. Into the middle. Hayes pushes it to the back row. Green was there. To the far side. Badir again. Badir coming to life here at a crucial time for the Blue Jays.
I'm going to go back to if Bondurant could get the pass off to their setter and get set up well, they're putting it down.
Green on serve. Brader. To the far side, it's a tough angle for Hayes. She just has to pass it over. Could not get a lot of power on it to keep it in. Far side, Badir again.
Rolls.
Brader's there on the back row. Out of the back, Scarich loops it. Hamilton will serve it, set it up.
That's her spot.
Badir. North Scott will use the timeout. They will. We'll take it with them. 23-21. North Scott trying to finish off the second set. Bondurant-Farrar trying to get back at them right after this on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
Obsessively, relentlessly at your service. To me, it means being there 24/7. Rain or shine, during storms, after storms.
Being a first responder to the community, to my customers.
Being there to get the customers back on and to see the smiles on their face.
To provide the kind of reliability that we can hold our heads high about.
And we want to keep our customers safe. Safety's first around here.
And that's rewarding.
Bondurant-Farrar not going down without a fight. 3 straight points to keep them in the mix here in the second set. North Scott a 25-15 victory in set number 1. With Coach Taryn Vanderwidge called the timeout. She's out. Bondurant-Farrar does have 1 remaining. Green serve. Doug Scarich out of the back. Kept alive. Badir will set it up for Green, who will just pass it over with 2 hands. And near side to Hayes. Good dig by Green, but it's not going to be playable. And Hayes comes through clutch after being pretty quiet here in the second set.
Yep, they kind of shut her down or went to some other people before.
And now she's going to be on the serve for the set. She'll have 3 set points. Serve is up. And it just takes a bad bounce off of Badir's bump. And just like that, 25-21, second set in the books. And North Scott is 1 set away from getting themselves into the semifinals in Class 4A. We'll step aside, come back with that third set when we return. North Scott leading by 2 over Bondurant-Farrar. Third set upcoming. It's the state volleyball tournament. Brought to you by Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
Sometimes people who seem to know everything
Dental insurance costs a fortune and it covers nothing.
don't. For instance, personal plans from Delta Dental cut the cost of many procedures in half. So be careful what you hear.
How important are teeth anyway?
Get the facts. Contact Delta Dental about saving with personal dental plans today.
In Iowa, we all play by the same rules. Hard work pays off, practice makes perfect, success is something you earn, and teamwork helps us all be winners. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics. Because on our team and on yours, what we bring to the table is what brings us all together. Learn more about our commitment to Iowa at iowapork.org.
Whoa.
Howdy.
Hey, where'd you get that breakfast so fast?
Casey's. Fastest breakfast in the Midwest.
Try Casey's new Ultimate Beer Cheese Breakfast Pizza, Breakfast Burrito, or a new Bacon, Egg, and Cheese Biscuit.
Wow, that was fast.
And now, get a breakfast sandwich or pizza slice plus Casey's Premium Bean-to-Cup Coffee for just $4.
I rode a horse once.
Let's hear it for your teams.
Fans, we'd like to recognize the students from North Scott High School as our creative corner of the match. Brought to you by Think Iowa City, a collection of curious communities. Think Iowa City. Got a clown there, you got a witch, Santa, or Mrs. Claus, a Cubs baseball player, a nun, a basketball player from Space Jam, among others. Halloween over there. And they would love to celebrate a North Scott win, and right off the top, how about Emma Schermerhorn with a tape job ace to start us off for the third set. North Scott needs one more set to move on to the semifinals on Wednesday. Second set from Schermerhorn, or service, I should say. But here, far side, Ditzwer. Emery Songer alongside Jenny Lichty. Appreciate you for joining us as Bondurant-Farrar looks to try to come back from 2-0 down against the 2-seed North Scott, who've lost all but 5 times this entire season. And to Mount Vernon, Pleasant Valley, Des Moines Christian, Cedar Rapids Xavier, and Davenport Assumption. That's not a bad handful to lose to if you're gonna, as there's a big swing. And another kill for North Scott. They have been, as Casey Johnson gets credit for that one, hitting percentage was real shaky early, but Jenny, they have upped it now to .219 hitting percentage, over double what the efficiency rating for Bondurant-Farrar is.
Yeah, they're just getting the sets off and putting them in places that their hitters can do stuff with.
Ditzworth, her second quick kill of this set. Ditzworth and Badir are sitting at 7 each. Really haven't had that third player kind of step up, though. Hayes, Johnson, Gallinghorst, and Spears all with at least 4 for North Scott. And add 1 to the total for Abby Hayes. Ooh. Don't want to be in the way of that.
It's kind of one of those you just hold your arms out and hope that.
Yeah, that's that was target practice right there. Beautiful set. Schermerhorn with now 17 assists in the match. To the far side, Green off the tape. Good dive by Hayes to keep it alive. Far side, big swing. But not there, not yet at least. Kessel. Into the middle. Beautiful setup for a Gallinghorst. Lauren now has herself 5 kills in the match.
You talk about options at the net for North Scott, and you just saw 2 of them there after an Abby Hayes outside. So, like, they're going to keep going to everyone.
And when you're playing with a lead, you feel confident doing that. As here's Ditzworth. She tries to drop one in. Brader's there from her libero position. Out of the back. Scarich. Here's Ditzworth blocked. I think Hayes got most of it. Gallinghorst was there as well. Those two wreaking havoc in the middle, both on the offense and defensive end. Raider back to serve, up 5-2 for North Scott. Hamilton will set it. Ditzworth again, it's Hayes. I know you want to get it to your main attacker and move her around, but Hayes and Gallinghorst, that is a tough duo. 6'2", 6 foot even.
It's almost like you got a little bit of a deja vu there from that first set where they just kept shutting her down no matter where she was at.
They're going to try the other side this time. This one is going to be a double hit on the set. by Hamilton, and another quick timeout forced to be called here by Bondurant-Farrar. 7-2 is the score. We'll be back in 30 right after this. Third set, Bondurant-Farrar needs answers here on the Girls Union Network powered by Mid-American Energy.
Obsessively, relentlessly at your service. To me, it means being there 24/7. Rain or shine, during storms, after storms.
Being a first responder to the community, to my customers.
Being there to get the customers back on and to see the smiles on their face.
To provide the kind of reliability that we can hold our heads high about.
And we want to keep our customers safe. Safety's first around here.
And that's rewarding.
Fans, official state tournament merchandise is now available online, so it's time to get your smartphone out. Scan that QR code on your screen or visit IGHSAU.org to browse and customize your merchandise to match your style. Right, QR code or IGHSAU.org. Bondurant-Farrar needing a stop out of the timeout. Brader with the serve. Nice high dig. That'll set it up off the block on the attack on the far side, which came from Jensen. And then put back over on the far side for the Lancers, and they lead by 6. This is kind of the spot that they settled into early. Bondurant-Farrar came back in that second set and took a 1-point lead, and then immediately North Scott re-established, a handful lead.
Yep.
Brader trying to keep up the service luck. Out of the middle, Ditzworth comes right back to her. Good poke by Gollinghorst. Here to the near side. Green did well, but look at the scramble play there by North Scott, just passing it over. Out of the middle, Ditzworth off the block. They're there. Quick set, Gollinghorst. Still alive. Poked over by Green. Good work by Bondurant-Farrar. In the middle, Gollinghorst, no mistake this time.
Nice recovery by North Scott.
Now, I feel like they haven't had to scramble a whole lot in this match. So I think probably if you ask Coach Taryn Vanderwidge that wouldn't mind a few of those, just kind of get them in the mix as they try to close this one out. Hayes cross court, no chance. 10-2. They did win the first set by 10 points, but they really didn't have a big lead until the very end in that first set.
When you talked about it, that first one too, that it took both teams kind of get a little half that match to even get settled in.
They won second set 25-21 after winning the first set 25-15, and on the verge of really busting this third set open. Hamilton, Gradier, Green to the back row. Skerich is there. Set for Hayes. She'll lob it to the middle. Hamilton, Gradier, close to the net. That didn't really give her attacker a chance, with Jensen getting too close to the net, really had no options.
Well, that's what happens when your setter takes that first ball. You lose her, right? So she's the one that's supposed to be getting that second set off, and she wasn't.
And you can tell that's where Brader, she's been going to the libero or the setter on the serve. She bumps this one up. Far side, big swing. I think a net violation on the follow through on that far side.
There was a good call for R2.
Casey Johnson just a little bit too close to the net on the follow through, and that makes it 11-3. And now Bondurant-Farrar, no choice but to kind of close this gap and go on a little run here. Ditzworth on the serve. Hayes off the block and down, and immediately they'll get it back. Hayes now 9 kills in the match. That number has grown quite a bit here recently.
Yep.
Nora Rolfs, the senior, back to serve. And there, she does it again. That's the third time. She has that, you know, you watch baseball and you see a guy that's got like a good split finger. It comes out looking like a fastball, but then it just kind of dies before it gets to the plate. It's almost what that serve looks like. You're ready for it, and then it just drops about 5 feet in front of you, and you can't lunge far enough to make a play on. Good dig on the back end by Brader. Hayes didn't get a run up here. Hamilton will set it into the middle for Bradier, but it was a little behind her. She couldn't get her momentum, and now it's 14-3. It's a tough ask for an underdog team. Down 11 here with their season sitting on the line. Hamilton will come to Green. Green to the back row, Skerich. Back set. This one blocked and down. Point, North Scott.
You talk about the blocks here. North Scott will get really tight on the net and get it down. Bondurant just got too far off on that one.
Another run-up serve by Rolfs. Near side, off the block from Ditsworth.
Quick.
Actually, that's not Ditsworth. My mistake, Hannah Green. And she stuck with it and dunked it down for a point. She'll go back to serve. Ditsworth on the bench as part of the rotation right now. Green to serve, her team down 11. Raider. Oh, just in the middle, Gallinghorst off a little tap. That's actually Skerich, I believe. Nope, it's Gallinghorst, my mistake. Reading those 10s and 16s and 18s all together in the middle. Hayes, ace. Yeah, it's falling apart here for Bondurant-Farrar. 17-4. And you hate to have a season end on this kind of run. You'd love to just kind of try to get a handful back here.
Yep.
But it's tough. It's a tough ask as a coach, especially in a spot where you kind of can see your season ending before your eyes. Oh, good diving dig by Brader there on the attack by Anna Dodson, who's into the match. Will set to the far side, Badir. Hayes is there. Will be set cross court. And we're going to get back set to the far side. And good block. Still alive, but not for long. And again, the stick-to-itiveness. You have to just tip your cap. 17-5 now. Nora Rolfs really mixing it up from her setter position on the other side of North Scott. You can tell she just wants everybody to get as much of the pie as possible right now. Near side, Skerich. Green is there. Bump set for Badir through the block.
They're not going down yet.
17-6. I mean, it's a long way to go, but you got to forget the scoreboard, I think, at this point. You're just trying to string together some good points, play clean.
Yep. Do what you have fun doing.
Exactly. And for a lot of these girls, the last time they're going to step onto a high school floor. Not a lot of seniors, though, for Bondurant-Farrar. Badir going to be bumped over by Hamilton. In the middle, Gallingsworth. Now Hayes finds the back line. With no momentum, you can just tell the skill she has with the feel.
Well, and to know she was back there, too, you saw a lot of her teammates get all set next to their setter that she was pretty much the only one that was able to go.
And then she comes with some heat there, too, from the back row with no momentum. Here's the serve. The set on the bump from Kessel to Skerich. Still alive. Dotson got a good piece of it, allowing the push over by Green. Near side, Skerich again, off the block. Bondurant-Farrar trying to hype themselves up. Dodson, some good work. She'll be lifted here for Elizabeth Lappy. Also, you're going to get Ditsworth back in. Coming in for Haley Mullen. Those are IMT insurance substitutions. Learn how you can be worry-free with IMT at imtins.com. Badir off the tape. And double hit. So point Bondurant-Farrar. They're within 10, 18-8. Well, you can climb back in this. You're going to feel better about this.
Yes.
Badir. Another good serve. Skerich. Nice dive by Badir to keep it alive. Far side. A little sinker ball there from Lappy. Near side, Skarich. She got off to a really good start. Hasn't been as notable, at least statistically, as, say, Hayes or Gollinghorst, but has definitely made an impact. Skarich. Now 19-8, 6 points away. Bondurant-Farrar does have one timeout if they wanted to use it at some point. Oh, and another tape job. Schermerhorn. Second time this set she's done that to perfection.
We might need to readjust that net between games. We're losing it up.
She has hit it perfectly both times and gotten the bounce. Another run up. This one doesn't hit tape. Instead finds Badir in the back row. Ditsworth through the block. North Scott at this point willing to trade points. Hannah Green will step in. Paige Harold, the libero, back to serve. To the back row. Pulled in. Far side. Falling in there, and down is Skarich.
You know, we saw them just hit that ball hard that went basically into the bleachers, and then now they just tap it down that Bondurant can't get it up.
Hit it where they ain't. Sydney Skarich to serve. Tape job. Wow. 3 points away now are the Lancers. 22-9. The Skarich serve. Dug out, but Hamilton slips before she can play it. Just lost her footing. And now 23-9. They're going to wipe up either whatever she slipped on or whatever sweat she left on the floor from the slip. Two points away now from a berth in the semifinals. Ready to play. Skarich back to serve once again. Looking for a clean sweep here. 2 points away. The run up. Little knuckleball. Kept alive. Pushed to the back. Raider for Hayes. Blocked. Solo blocked by herself from Ditsworth. Nicely done. On an island out there was Ditsworth with your big swinging Abby Hayes coming right at you, but she timed it up perfectly, strong enough to put it right back where it came from and down. The serve from Johnson. Hayes set it right back for, and another one, number 11. And now, I don't want to say how many, but I will because that's my job. 15 match points for North Scott. Back to serve. Oh, it takes a tough one, and that's it. It's going to come on an ace. 25-10 rout in the third set. Georgia Brunken. And that'll do it. Brunken gets the final point. 3-set sweep, 25-15, 25-21, and 25-10. I think the only thing that we can do at this point for our player of the game, Abby Hayes has to be it, right?
Yeah.
Abby Hayes for North Scott, our Casey's player of the game. 11 kills on 28 attack attempts, a 214 hit percentage. Our Casey's player of the game, as always, brought to you by our friends at Casey's General Stores, proud to sponsor the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union in today's player of the game. Casey's is at the heart of many Iowa communities, cheering on our local teams and fans and making sure there's fresh pizza ready, win or lose. Sign up for new Casey's Rewards, the rewards program that gives back by letting you redeem points for Casey's cash, fuel discounts, or donations to local schools. Now down to the court for the awards presentation.
Blocked. Learn the floor. Blocked. Libby Fandel with the kill. Fandel will serve for Xavier.
So Bondurant-Farrar gets their trophy, a great season. It finishes up. Bondurant-Farrar finishes up at 24-11. North Scott celebrating as they punch their ticket to the semis. They'll play either Marion or Clear Creek Amana at noon right there on court number 2, the court that they just won in impressive fashion. Jenny, final thoughts here. What we saw, a pretty convincing victory for North Scott as they head to the semifinals rolling.
Yeah, I mean, Bondurant did give a good fight there. I always like the cross-state matchups just because you're seeing someone completely different. But North Scott has the advantage, I think, a little bit in playing some of those tougher teams from the eastern side of the state that helps them here over class teams.
And Bondurant-Farrar, just wasn't in the cards for him here, but certainly a good season to get here nonetheless. But the final score, as you can see there, 25-15, 25-21, and 25-10. This is really fun. Nice to work with you, Jenny.
Yes, you too.
For Jenny Lichty, we got Randy Nielsen, who's done work. Jose Guzman was our cameraman as well. My name's Emery Songer. Thanks to all of you for watching us live here from Coralville. Thank you so much to watch live coverage all week long of the 2022 Girls State Volleyball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Network powered by Mid-American Energy.